Hey guys, I'm in the kitchen again, which is where I seem to be a lot. But that's okay, I don't mind it because I like cooking. I am going to be starting now getting supper ready. But it's hours before supper time. I mean, like, I don't know, 5-6 hours before we're probably going to eat supper. But what I'm making needs time to love on each other and, you know, get happy in the refrigerator and that kind of thing. I'm making a KFC copycat coleslaw. Coleslaw from KFC is one thing that Jeff has always liked. I have made this before, but I lost, well, I'm not going to say I lost it. It's probably in the recipes that I have not put in my binder yet. Or I lost it. I don't know which one. But I don't think I would get rid of my recipe because I use it. Jeff liked it. Why would I do that? I wouldn't. Anyway, I'm just running my mouth now. I'm going to probably half this recipe because Jeff is the only one that eats it unless Noah tries it today and decides he likes it, because Noah has never has liked it before. So I'm gonna just make it half of it, and if something happens and Noah loves it, I know next time to make more. But half of it is plenty. I mean, Jeff cannot eat a whole head of cabbage at one time. That's the full recipe, a whole head of cabbage. So I'll link the recipe down below. It came from topsecretrecipes.com. And this is not where I originally got the recipe, but it's the same one. In fact, this same recipe is on a lot of websites. A lot of websites. The same exact one. And I'm like, who decided that? Who stole it from who? Really, it doesn't matter. Somebody stole it from KFC. Anyway, I'm going to do that today. I've got the clothes to fold, 2 loads, and I have to make bread, so I'll be doing that as well. But first, on a semi-okay hair day, I have to go put it up. I didn't want to, so I left it down as long as I could because it looks kind of okay today, you know. And whenever we have our curls kind of doing what you want, well, it's not exactly what I want, but it's not as frizzy. I put it that way. It looks better back there. It's not as frizzy as it normally is, but when I start putting it up, it's gonna get frizzy crazy. Maybe I'll just put like something and just, I don't know. We'll see. Y'all will see whenever I come back, I guess. Well, not when I come back because you're gonna have to be pointing toward the counter. Let me go and I'll be back. Okay, so I think I have everything I need out here. I don't know if I do or not. If I don't, my kitchen's really small. It'll be easy to get to. I have written some little measurements over here of what the half mounts are and all that stuff. I'm going to have to guesstimate with some things, but that's okay. It'll be all right. Baking is the science. Cooking is the fun. Well, baking is fun too, but anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the sauce. That's what I call it. I don't know if it's really a sauce or what. But what else would it be? It's not a binder, so it'd have to be a sauce, right? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. And I'm going to get started with my mayonnaise, which I need. This is the hard part. I got to figure it out. I got the wrong one. Oh well, let's see. I mean, if I get it a little bit off, it's not going to hurt anything. It won't come out. Okay. So there's my mayonnaise. And it uses a lot of sugar. But okay, we're just going to go with it. Let me see something. I didn't get a tablespoon out, but I have one right here. Because I've got to remember, I'm halving this. so now sugar. I will, like I said, leave this down below because y'all, I'm not doing very good with this whole situation with me trying to half it. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just went ahead and went with the whole thing. It's too late now. I've already gotten started. Now, it calls for milk and buttermilk. The only buttermilk I have is in the freezer, and I'm not taking any of that out because I don't need a whole cup. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of my buttermilk powder and put a little bit extra of this milk in there, and it'll be fine. And that's going to count as my extra. I did not get my buttermilk powder out. And something else I noticed the other day whenever I made something, I said that I used this kind. I thought I had some opened, and I did. So I opened the other one before I should have, which is a very big no-no. I don't know why this was shoved down in the bottom. My freezer needs fixing. I had long ago fixed it. All right, I'm just gonna put some buttermilk powder in there because that first scoop didn't even come out, all of it. I'm putting the buttermilk powder in there to give it that tang, you know, that little tang that you like to have whenever you're having the coleslaw. At least that's what I heard. I don't know myself. I don't eat it. All right, now I need some lemon juice, and I pulled out the wrong vinegar. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I'll put the other vinegar back up. That's a lot of lemon juice. Okay, what it is? A lot of lemon juice. This is a very wet mix. But that's okay. Jeff loves it. I don't make it for anybody but him. Let me run go get my vinegar. Yeah, vinegar. I pulled out the apple cider, which would probably be really good, and it's really good for you. But it calls for white vinegar. How do y'all think it'd be with apple cider vinegar? Do you think it'd be gross? I'm gonna put that in there anyway. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. No, I'm not. Guess I am. I'm gonna do it. I saw recipes with apple cider vinegar. It's got a little bit more health to it, you know? Alright, so let me not put too much. Okay. I'm just going to put that much. He'll never know. He won't care even if he did. He's happy with whatever. I got all these extra spoons out and didn't even need them. I've only used 2. Let's see. Salt. Why am I doing it out of this? Why am I doing so much? No, honey. You go back into this one. Gonna mess somebody up. I can't do that. And then black pepper, and as y'all know, we love some pepper, and it's good for you. So I'm probably gonna be putting in more than what it says, but nobody's looking anyway, so that's all right. Do y'all think that's enough yet? Jeff won't. He loves black pepper. He's the one that started me eating it. Because when I first started eating it, I was like, no. I will eat a little bit because, you know, it gives a little flavor. It's good. You need it. But I didn't love it. I wanted a little bit of the flavor. I didn't want all the flavor. I didn't get these too dirty, so I'm going to put them away. Because I have a bad habit of making a mess if I don't. Alright, so this is the sauce. The dressing. That's it. It's a dressing. We'll mix it together really good. Get that mayonnaise all mixed in. And then I'm going to start cutting my vegetables. I have them washed, but I don't have them ready yet. because I'm gonna have to shred it. Well, some of it I'm shredding, some of it I'm cutting. I'm going to be using not this whole carrot, so what I'm gonna do is the rest of the carrot, I think I'll eat it as a snack today. That would be a good snack. All right, I'm gonna put that there. Where's my grater? Someone hit it. There it is. Jeff used it, that's right. I don't remember what he grated. All right, I'm gonna move this over. He grated something. I have the little bag that the cabbage was in. I cut my cabbage in half and washed it. Okay. Cut off the ends. Probably cutting off too much, but now I'm gonna go ahead and grate some of this onion into here, because the grated onion is what's supposed to be the secret ingredient. I don't know. Am I even getting any of the onion off, or is it just the juice? Am I juicing the onion, or am I grating the onion? Either way, it's getting in there. I don't know if that's enough. It didn't call for much, though. There's all the onion. Come off of there. Why am I doing that? I gotta grate the carrot. Let me get the onion off my hand, because I don't want onion on the carrot that I'm gonna eat. What am I doing? I'm about to cry. That's what I'm gonna do, because that onion is strong. Not because I'm sad. I'm not sad when I'm sad, but let me shut up. Okay. Those of you who have been around for a while, you know what the reason why I'd be sad. But today's a better day. Ooh, that onion is so strong. That means it's good. If it makes you cry, that means it's good. I think that's enough carrot, maybe. I don't know. I can't really see it. Whew, boy, no, it says 4th cup. I think we need more. We might need this whole carrot. Well, it'll be 8th cup. I'll save that much for me a snack. You sit there. Come off there. This thing is not going to help. I can't really see, y'all, because I don't know. Hold on, I'll show you. The onion is strong. Very, very strong. That's all right. All right, I'm wiggling y'all around. I'm sorry. I can't really see you either. Okay, I'm gonna cut up the cabbage. I'm in a good mood, so it's okay. All right, I rearranged myself some so that I could get this cabbage in here. I got carrot. I had a little bite of my carrot too. Jeff doesn't like, actually I need to take that out. He actually likes to eat this part, and sometimes I'll cut it up really small into the coleslaw. I don't know if I'm going to this time, but I cut it across that way one time, and then I start cutting it across the other way. Really small, as much, well, as small as I can get it. I mean, this is homemade. This is not processed at some factory. Now I'm making it go everywhere, but I did clean the counter and the cloth is clean. Just have to chop that a little finer like this. Go in and chop it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, there's that piece. Whoops. Now, the kind at KFC, it's like super tiny. And I could have shredded this, which I've seen people do before. But I just don't do that. I really should have taken out my bigger cutting board too. I don't know why I didn't. Like I said, it's been a while since I did coleslaw. Well, from scratch. I did the other stuff, which I told Jeff he did not like. He was like, I thought I liked it. No, you don't like that stuff. You don't want it. And as you see, it's different sizes because that's the way I do it. And he likes it like that. He likes the different textures. Or he's just no he's not. He wouldn't just tell me that. He would tell me the truth. And I'll tell you why that my husband and son tell me the truth about food. They know that if they tell me they like something and they really don't, I will cook it over and over again for them. And if they don't like it, they'll have to eat it because they told me they liked it. So whenever they don't like something, they'll straight up say, nope, I don't like this. I don't want it again. So they don't have to eat it over and over again. Alright, so I'm going to mix this together, and I got too big of a bowl, so I might transfer it to a smaller bowl. But now the coleslaw will be ready for tonight. I probably could have cut some of that a little bit smaller, but he won't care. He'll be happy with it anyway. He was excited about the coleslaw when I said I was going to make it. So, it's easy to make, but I did make it harder on myself by halving it and by the way I cut it and stuff. And just because today I have decided that I'm making everything harder on myself. Even, you know, I said I was going to put my hair up. I tried 4 different things before I just went on to a loose ponytail. I'm going to put this in a smaller bowl. I should have put it in a smaller one in the beginning. But a smaller one will fit in the refrigerator better. Yes, I'll have to wash the big one. But that's alright. That's not hard. And I'll just put the lid. There's a lid that goes with this bowl. There was a lid that went with the big one too. But one day, Noah and Selena's friends were over. And somehow, whenever they got, I think it was cookies I had in it. Anyway, there was something in here that kids like. Because they were younger. And I had just finished cooking, and sorry about that. They took the lid off and put it over on the stove where it was hot and melted my lid. But that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator and I'll be back after I clean up my mess and start doing something else. Okay guys, I'm about to start with this favorite white bread recipe, and it is from, oh goodness, I've got my thing stuck in here and I cannot. From Sodium Optional housewife.com. And I got this recipe from Donna, who comments a lot of times, which right now her husband's in the hospital, so she's not really been able to watch my videos, so she's not commenting very much. But if you don't mind, I have done a community post last week, which there's not been many updates since then, but other than, you know, day to day is different. If you don't mind, go over there and go to her comment and encourage her. Give her some love. Give her some, you know, encouragement. Because it's a lot whenever someone you love is in the hospital, and I can't imagine what it is for your spouse to be in a situation that they're in right now. But anyway, she has several dietary needs in her home. They're allergic to pork. She has to be careful because she has diverticulitis. Her husband has to have low sodium because of congestive heart failure. And so she sent me this website, and I said, I will try some of these recipes, and then you can see what they look like, how they turn out. You can see my craziness, how frustrated, how crazy I am, or how excited I am, or whatever. And maybe, you know, you can decide if you want to try them yourself. So that's one reason why I'm trying these recipes. The other reason is I just love to try new recipes. So if you guys send me a recipe and my family agrees and they're like, yes, please make that. Yes, that sounds good. I'm going to make it. So just letting you know that. I don't just make things that I find. I make things that other people find too. I didn't used to do that because nobody ever sent me recipes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'm not using my mixer. I don't know if I said that or not. I'm going to try to do this by hand because that's the way it says on the recipe. I'm pretty sure you can use a stand mixer, but I don't know. Now this recipe also has 3 rising times, which is different for me. I've always made bread that only had 2 rising times, or just 1 even. So this one's a little bit different, and I think it's going to be good. It looks good. It sounds like it's going to be good. So we're going to see. I also will link it down below. And let me just get started. I'm going to put water in here, and I'm not going to tell you the exact measurements because, like I said, a lot of times it's not my recipe. If it was my recipe, I would give you the way it's done completely. But it's not mine, so copyright infringement is not my cup of tea. Now, some people say that if it's online, you can share it. I don't know. That was warm water, and that's yeast. And I hope my water wasn't too warm, because if it's too warm, actually it's already started foaming, so it's not too warm. If it's too warm, it will kill your yeast. And I have a habit of putting things away when I do things. Normally, I like to use honey in my bread, but this one calls for sugar, so I'm putting that in there. And I know a lot of you probably already know this, but sugar feeds yeast. Let me get a little bit more. Sugar feeds yeast, so whenever you put sugar in it, you're gonna make it happy. Salt kills yeast, but I'm not adding salt to any of this recipe, so it's fine. But anyway, I'm gonna mix this together, and it says to let it sit 5 to 10 minutes to let it foam, but mine has already started doing that. But I am gonna let it sit. I'm gonna stop doing that. Just stop it, lady. But I'm gonna let it sit here, and I will be right back whenever it's set for a few minutes. I'm gonna take that out. Okay, I covered it up to, you know, make sure it was nice and comfortable and happy in its little place. I'll use this cloth again for whenever I finish, so I'm gonna sit it there. But as you can see in there, hopefully you can see, I don't know, let's see. Can you see? I don't know. That's happy yeast. It's alive, it's bubbling, it's just happy yeast. Now, it if I let it sit here longer, it would get even more bubblier and more foamy and all of that. But I want to go ahead and make my bread. So I'm going to let it be enough. It's been like 5 or 6 minutes because I went and did some YouTube things while I was waiting. So now I'm going to put in the dry milk powder and melted butter. Also something else I've learned because of you guys. Whenever you freeze butter, which I do all the time, it develops these little ice crystals in it, and whenever you heat it up, it pops. Just like I've been like, I had it happen a couple times recently, and you guys were like, that's normal, it's okay. And I was like, okay, that's cool, thank you for letting me know that, because, and I'm telling you right now, it kind of scared me. I was like, why is it doing this? I've never had it happen before. But it has only happened when I put it in the oven and let it heat up. It's never happened any other time. Like, I melted this, which I put wrap over it. But I melted this and put a thing over it so it wouldn't pop all over my microwave. I've got to get away from using the microwave. There was one point where I said I was not going to buy another microwave if ours ever died. It didn't happen. I still have one because other people want a microwave. Okay, what am I going to do now? I need dry milk. That's wrong size. That's not the right size. Okay, that. And then I'm going to whisk in the butter. I hope this butter's not too hot. I don't want it to kill my yeast happiness. Let's see. Well, I'm going to be adding everything else, so I think it'll be alright. Maybe I should have tempered the butter. That's probably what I should have done. It smells good already, so let me cover up this, and now I'm going to put in my Vital Wheat gluten. Now, it calls for quite a bit of Vital Wheat gluten, and I've had some advice from you guys about it. I'm not putting in as much as it calls for. I'm going to put in half the amount that it calls for, because I think that it might be much. And I know this is my first time trying this recipe, and I know that I usually say don't change the recipe the first time you try it. But y'all, one of those recipes I did, I think that it was just too much of that stuff. Alright, so I made a decision not to add the full amount. I just add half this time. Alright, so now I've got the Vital Wheat gluten, and then I'm going to put in half of a cup of the flour. Okay, let's see. This is the part where it's going to be, where I've got to keep up with how much I use, because if I'm doing it in half-cup increments, I need to have me some kind of little table, the thing to tick. Continue to whisk a half a cup at a time until you have a wet dough, 2.5 to 3 cups total at this point. Okay, so I'm going to just keep doing that, and I'm going to have to bend over to do it because I'm using my big bucket. So that's 1 cup total now. Well, not quite. That's about a cup. Okay, so that's 1 cup, and my battery's about to die, so it kind of quit, but I'm gonna just finish this and do 3 cups and come back when I get that done. But I gotta change the battery real quick, and I just want to tell y'all that. Okay, so I wouldn't have to keep bending over back and forth. I just put the rest of my flour in here. This is where it's at 3 cups, and I'm gonna be doing just a little bit at a time, and I'm not gonna use this whisk the whole time. Now this is one of those I got from a restaurant store that's here in our town. It's heavy duty is what I'm trying to say. But I won't be using it the whole entire time because I won't be able to. But I'm supposed to mix this in a little bit at a time until it gets to the point where that it is smooth and elastic. Which I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting it out on my counter with my little silicone thing and kneading it. Oh, I just put all of it. Okay. Well, let's just keep seeing how long I can go with this big old whisk. Not much longer. Anyway, you're supposed to whisk it. Not whisk it. You're supposed to knead it. Oh, goodness. My shirt came down. I'm sorry about that, y'all. It's all this working I'm doing. You're supposed to knead it until it gets to the point of a smooth dough. But I'm not going to be able to do this. Alright, let me get this all off and get my little thing down. I'm probably going to have to pull out some more flour, it looks like, because today is one of those humid days, it seems. It may not be that humid, it may be just me. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this to the point where it's supposed to be. Or not. Well, I'll be back. I can't explain anything today. Okay, so I'm going to put me some flour down. I went and got me some more, about another cup. And I'm just going to get all of this onto my board here. Get all of that out. It's like whenever you're outside as a kid playing in the dirt. You know how that's fun and you enjoy it? It's that kind of thing. Alright, now I'm going to start kneading this flour in until I get this smooth and elastic, which it said about 5 to 7 minutes, I think. 8 to 10 minutes? 8 to 10 minutes. But yeah, I like the kneading process. I didn't understand it when I first read about it, like in a recipe. I was like, what does that mean? What is kneading? I had never done it before. Mama didn't make bread. I didn't understand what that meant. And everybody has their own technique. So I think kneading is just, you do what works for you. And for some of us, it's a little bit different than others. I've seen some people who knead in a way that looks hard to me, but it works good for them, you know? And I'm like, wow, I couldn't do it that way, but her bread looks great. That's what matters, is her bread looks great and she's happy with the process. Or he. Males do it too. Okay, so this is the way my dough looks, and I'm going to put it into, it says to put it in a sprayed bowl. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put it right back in the one it was in, and I'm going to cover it up, and it says for 1 to 1.5 hours, let it sit in a warm place to let it double in size. So, or actually it says 1.5 hours. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to stick it in my oven with the light on, because that's a good place. I'm not going to be using my oven, so it's not going to be a big deal. So I will be back later. I don't know when. Maybe when I'm folding clothes. Okay, so I just took the dough out of, I had it in the oven. Well, I told y'all I was going to do that. But anyways, I just took it out, and now I'm supposed to punch the dough down, cover it back up, and let it rise again for another 45 minutes. But I thought I would show y'all what it looks like right now. So I'm gonna punch it down. You can feel the air come out. And hopefully I'm doing this right. I've never had one that I did 3 times, but I'm gonna punch it down. It does not say to do anything else, so I'm gonna let it be. Put it back in there for 45 minutes, and I'll be back at some point. I haven't done the clothes yet, but I will eventually. But 45 more minutes in a warm, draft-free place.
I can't help but notice you coming down the street, smiling so dearly at everyone you meet. And I can't help but notice you throwing me a glance, a wink telling me there's a chance. I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you. No other could enchant me, darling, like you do. 'Cause I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you. Your sister says she loves me, wants to share my name. She spoke to Reverend Bixby, they've already set the date. So I'm working up the guts to tell her I'll never say I do. 'Cause I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you. No other could enchant me, darling, like you do. 'Cause I've just got eyes for you. 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 No other could enchant me, darling, like you do. I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you. I've just got eyes for you.
Alright, so I have taken out my large loaf pan and I've sprayed it to get it ready for the next step. It says to use two 8.5 by 4.5 size pans. This one is roughly 16 by 4.5, so that's equal to 2 of the others. That's why I thought it would work, and that way we can just have one long loaf. So I'm going to take this out of the oven and I'm going to preheat this to 350. So that means this will not go back into that. But this is what it looks like right now. I've cleaned my counter and I don't have anything on it. I'm not putting any kind of flour or oil or anything on there. I'm gonna put my dough onto the countertop. But my counter is clean, or I wouldn't be putting my food on it because that would be gross. Alright, now I'm gonna get all that out of there. It looks good. It smells good. Can you come get her? Because she's screaming at me. I don't know why. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just form it into a... now I can't think because the cat came over here. I'm going to form it into a loaf. But the way I'm going to do that is just kind of, I don't know, roll it, I guess is what you call it. And be like that. And then I'm going to put it in here. And since I cannot put it back in the oven to let it rise there, that's what it looks like. Can I get it all? Maybe. Whoa! It's going down. No, we don't like that. Get back over there. Alright, since I can't put it in the oven because I'm preheating the oven, I'm just going to stick it over here on the back, kind of. And let it sit there for how long? 30 minutes. So I'm going to turn my timer on for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes is up, I'm going to put it in the oven. Let's see. Place it in the oven for 35 minutes or until golden brown. And then the bread will be done. So in an hour and 5 minutes, I think is what I said. Yeah, about an hour and 5 minutes, the bread should be cooked. And then, let's see. It doesn't tell you how you're supposed to like take it out or anything. So I'm going to do it like I normally would. And I'm just going to let it rest in the pan for 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'm going to put it on a cooling rack. But it does have some tips down here. It says quick rise bread machine yeast works well for this recipe. If you use quick rise yeast, your rising times will be cut in half. Roughly in half. Mine's not quick rise, I don't believe. You can omit the wheat gluten if you do use bread flour instead of all-purpose flour. This gives the bread elasticity that we're after. Y'all know I put only half of it in there. Nutrition is calculated for 4.5 cups of flour, which y'all know I put like 6. This will vary depending on the brand of flour, how you measure the flour, and the humidity in your kitchen. I use anywhere between 3.5 cups in the winter months and 4 3/4 cups of flour in the summer months. So it's just according to where you live. I don't know where this person lives, but I'll link the recipe down below. And I'll be back whenever it's time to put it in the oven so y'all can see how much it's risen. It still cut your head off. Let me raise it up some more. No, that's uncomfortable. Alright. It's still... Come over. Step back. Anyways, first of all, I made him pout earlier because... I'm just pointing a fork at him. Because I told him that he didn't have to help me fold clothes, and he started pouting, so I let him finish. But... He's going to try the coleslaw. I'm going to stir it a little bit with this fork that I just took out. I made it, oh, I can't see what time it is. About 4.5 hours ago, 4 or so. It said to let it sit for 2 hours on that recipe. But I asked him, did he want to taste it? He said he's ready to eat it. So... I'm not feeding you. I don't know what I'm doing.
When you do it like this, you scoop it.
Really?
Scoop it.
Really?
Scoop it.
Really? You want a spoon?
Scoop it.
You want a spoon?
I'm good.
And then you just dropped it all over your head. What are you looking at me like that for? You gotta wait for supper. I mean, you can have some now. You want me to get you a bowl?
No.
You want a bowl? You can have some.
Sure.
A snack. This size bowl? Here, let me get a spoon. So you like that? Does it have enough pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it would or not. Do you taste the onion in it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You gonna take the whole bowl a while ago though. Maybe I should have made the whole thing. The whole recipe. Well, what do you think?
I think it's good. I like it.
Okay, well, here's the thing. It called for white vinegar, and I put apple cider vinegar in it.
Better remember.
Alright. I just wanted y'all to know what he thought about it. And I wanted to know what he thought about it since I did that. Plus, I made it, so... And I know we didn't taste the cake yesterday, but that's because I made it a bunch of times. And, we know what it tastes like. This, I made a bunch of times, but I wasn't sure since I did the apple cider vinegar. I'm trying to think of what else. But yeah, I didn't do the cake because of that. Oh, and I did mess up on the cake, which I said it in the video, or in the description. I got ahead of myself, and you're supposed to put a cup of water in the oven while it's cooking. That's why it's separated. I was wondering why it separated that much. Because it's supposed to be to get a crispy top, which is fine. It still tastes good. It's just not as pretty as it would have been, but we don't mind that. But it keeps that moisture that the steam does. It keeps it moist. But the cake's still good. I did that, and there was something else I didn't do right, like 3 different things, and I think I might have said it, or you can see it in the recipe because the recipe's linked in yesterday's video. But I'll be back whenever it's time for the bread, because I'm not going to show y'all us cooking or me cooking supper, because I'm just going to take, I mean, I might show y'all what it is, like the brand or whatever, but I'm just putting it in the oven, so it's not a big deal. And the fries, I just made homemade fries the other day on my channel, so I'm not going to do that again today. But I will show you, of course, what it looks like after it's done. So, I'll be back. Okay, so the timer just went off, and I'm going to show y'all what it looks like now. As you can see, it's doubled in that short amount of time. And I'm going to put it in the oven for 35 minutes. Let me make sure I'm right. And it's 35 and not 30. Yep, 35 minutes. So I'm going to put it in there, and in 35 minutes I'll show y'all what it looks like, because I'm not going to be doing anything else until this is done. Okay, so I'm going to get the bread out of the oven, put them on this, or put it on them, I don't know. It's been 35 minutes. I don't know if that's brown enough yet. Well, it does the little test. So, it's going to come out easily because I can already tell that. I may go ahead and put it on a... Why am I turning that off? I'm going to need it again to cook supper. I may go ahead and just put it on a... whatever they're called. A cooling rack. One of these. One of these things. So I think I may go ahead and do that so I can see the bottom of it too. And just let it go ahead and be cooling, because it didn't tell you how to do it. Shaking it is probably not a smart idea, but I just did it. Oh, don't go over anymore. It looks good. Jeff, you want to come see the bread? It looks good. We'll see how it tastes in a little bit. That pan looks like it's clean, but it's not. I'm going to wash it, of course. But I'm going to stick it back there for now. Alright, so I'm going to just let this cool, and then we'll cut it in a little bit just to test it to see what it looks like and how we like it. It's a little bit, it's going downhill a little bit over that way, but I think that's because whenever I turned it, but that's fine too. It didn't rise as much as I thought it was going to. I thought it would come up some, but that's alright too. I was saying it's preheated because I turned it back on. Alright, I'm going to get the supper started. The fries will take longer than the fish. So I'm going to get that started. I'm going to go ahead and just show y'all what fish I'm talking about. No. Well, yeah. Okay, so this is the fish we're going to do. And I'm going to do it just like it says on the back and put it in the oven. And I actually got to turn it up to 425. But we're going to get the fries started before we do that. So I'm not going to do this yet because it only takes like 14 minutes. Alright, and I'll come back whenever it's done or whenever we taste this, whichever one comes first. Can't see. Okay. Okay, so Jeff is in charge of the frigid fries. The fish is in the oven, and I'm about to cut the bread. I'll cut it on this side, it feels more comfortable. And that's what it looks like on the inside. It's got a different smell to it. You want to try it?
Smell that bread?
You gonna try it?
That'll work.
What do you think about for sandwiches? You think it'll work good for sandwiches?
Good.
Like, what he wants me to find a recipe that is not real crumbly, because every single recipe that I have tried except one, and I don't know about this one yet, it just fell apart whenever it's sandwich bread, not for like the artisan bread or buns or any of that stuff. I mean for like sandwich bread, something that's made for sandwiches. And that's what this was supposed to be. So, you said it's good? Let me taste it. See what I think. Which I don't eat sandwiches as much as he and Noah do. Did you have salt on your hands?
No.
There's no salt in that bread, but it tastes salt.
Okay.
I tasted it on that first piece. It tastes good. So, I guess it's a winner. But it's a low sodium bread, so that's good. That's the way it looks. It's a little bit crooked, but that's my fault. But it's pretty. Noah's gonna try it, but he's not gonna be on camera. So I will be back whenever supper's done to show you what it looks like, which is very simple. It's just french fries and those fish that I showed you, and the coleslaw, if Jeff doesn't eat it all before. I don't think he's going to though. But we'll be back, or I'll be back, or something. Okay, so here's the fish after it's done. It's nothing spectacular, but it's good. We got some ketchup for that, and then Jeff's got a bowl of the coleslaw. Noah didn't want to try it. And then the fries, and I don't know if anybody's going to want any of the bread or not, because nobody's told me. But that's our supper tonight. Okay guys, I'm back in here because it's quieter, and it's bright enough. Supper was good. I still like the ancient grains of that fish better, but it was alright. Noah liked the bread, and I guess there's nothing else to report. He didn't try the coleslaw, but he never has liked it, so I didn't know if he might want to try it because it's been a long time. But Jeff did eat some more of it, of course. So it's about 2/3 gone. But anyways, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me today. It looks like this month we may be in the kitchen quite a bit. Or, I don't know, may or may not. Either way, it doesn't matter. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow other than, I know what I'm supposed to cook for supper. But I don't know what else I'm doing other than Bible study, which I should have reminded y'all about and I didn't. And it's already going to be over by the time you see this, so it's too late. But Tuesdays and Thursdays I have live Bible studies. 2 p.m. Central on Tuesdays, 2:30 p.m. Central on Thursdays. So, there you go. Anyway, that is all I have, like I said. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. I know I already said that. Sometimes I repeat myself. If you like this video, go ahead and do all the YouTube things. If you didn't like it, do them anyway. By now, most of you have seen my community post, or maybe you've seen it, I don't know. Some of you may not even check it, but there is an update on Robin and Donna. Donna has, she fell, but she's okay. She didn't have to go to the hospital or anything. Nothing's broken. Probably going to be bruised in pain, but anyway, just go look at the community tab and I give you more detail there. But she's okay. She's fine. At least she says she's fine, and I believe her. So just keep them in your prayers. And if you don't mind, leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. And remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.